It had been a few days since the open house, and things were not improving. Stephen was still in the old house, still regressed, still struggling. If anything, things were slipping further. Sasha noticed it the most in the mornings. He woke up earlier but quieter. He used to mumble full sentences. Now he gave single-word answers and looked like he was somewhere else entirely. He barely touched breakfast. Some days he didn't eat at all unless she sat beside him and reminded him, gently, over and over. And now he was wearing diapers during the day too, not just overnight, all the time. He didn't talk about it. Sasha didn't push, but she worried. There were signs, subtle things. How he walked a little slower, how he never sat too hard, how he excused himself to the bathroom but returned suspiciously dry. Once she caught him checking the waistband through his shirt. She pretended not to see. They both did. The developer was sending someone, an actual real estate investor named Elise, to walk through the house and discuss an offer. The kind of offer that might mean an actual apartment with an actual doorman. Heating that didn't bang in the night. Neighbors who didn't ask about the locked door at the end of the hall. Stephen had one goal: hold it together for 1 hour. He shaved, he combed his hair, he wore a button-down shirt and slacks, and underneath it all, taped securely around his waist, was one of the thicker diapers from the pack Sasha had picked up after the hypnosis incident. He stared at himself in the mirror, flattening his shirt over the waistband. He pulled the slacks higher, adjusted the belt, sat down to test the sound. The crinkle was subtle, but it was there. Great, he muttered. Stealth mode, low confidence. Sasha knocked gently on the door. You decent? Yeah, he said. As decent as you can be while hiding plastic underwear under business casual. She poked her head in. You look responsible. He smirked. Don't jinx it. Elise arrived on time. She was tall, efficient, and professionally polite. She wore square glasses and took notes on a tablet. Thank you for meeting with me, she said. I understand this property has history. Stephen smiled too wide. Oh, yes, lots of history. Let me show you the kitchen. His walk was just a little stiff. He kept tugging at the hem of his shirt, and every time they passed a reflective surface, mirrors, windows, the chrome of the fridge, he glanced quickly to check that the outline wasn't showing. The kitchen was spotless. Sasha had scrubbed it with industrial cleaner and masked the faint scent of old pipes with cinnamon oil. Elise nodded approvingly as Stephen showed her the cabinets. They're original, he said, from the 60s. My dad never upgraded them, said they didn't need fixing. Elise glanced over. And did they? Stephen hesitated. Yes. He moved her into the dining room. The wood floors creaked in familiar spots. He walked carefully, deliberately. He could feel the diaper every time he moved, the heat of it, the way it clung to him, the way it whispered under his pants with every step. He kept trying to pull the front of his shirt down. Sasha was nearby, pretending not to watch, but tracking him like a lifeguard. They showed Elise the basement, the new furnace, the garage. Stephen leaned against the workbench just long enough to readjust the diaper without making it look obvious. Then they headed upstairs. This was my room, he said, opening the door to his childhood bedroom. Elise peered in politely. Sasha hovered in the hallway. And this, he added, placing his hand on a different doorknob, was theirs. He pushed open the door to the master bedroom. It was tidy, neutral, too quiet. Stephen stepped in slowly. He stopped halfway across the room. Sasha, from downstairs, heard the silence. Elise glanced back. Stephen? Stephen's eyes had gone glassy. He looked down at the carpet. I had a dream in here once, he said, that I was locked in, screaming. No one came. Elise didn't respond. Stephen took a breath, tried to keep talking, tried to say something about the square footage. But then he froze. His hands began to shake. And right there, in the quiet, fully awake, he lost control. He gasped. He didn't even try to stop it. Warmth spread through the diaper. Elise blinked. Are you all right? Stephen fell to his knees. He started, then nothing. He was gone. Not literally, but mentally, regressed, fully. The voice that came out was tiny. I want to go home, he whispered. You're at home, Elise said, confused. No, Stephen sobbed. Home with Sasha. Sasha appeared in the doorway. Stephen? He turned toward her. His face crumpled. He reached for her with both arms like a lost child. Without another word, Sasha crossed the room, dropped to her knees, and held him. I'm here, she whispered. I've got you. She could feel the heat of the accident, the padding, his shaking breath. She didn't flinch. Elise quietly slipped out of the room, gently closing the door behind her.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Mommy Sarah's Story Time. If you enjoyed the stories, please support the channel by liking and subscribing. Remember, my channel is not monetized, and I write most of the content myself. On occasions when I don't, it's sourced through emails from trusted contacts. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you're able to, consider making a donation to support our channel. Your support means a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to sharing more stories with you.